take a moment and close your eyes. Imagine a boy on his high school graduation day. He walks across the stage and his family and friends start cheering because they weren't sure if he was going to make it to this day, but somehow he managed. He has auditioned at 10 different schools and got into his favorite. Now think forward to his orientation day. He's walking around with a whole new set of faces, terrified, but excited at the same time. This campus is way different from what he was used to, and he knows that the road ahead is going to be difficult, but he knows he's going to make it. Now imagine move-in day. Move-in day is a time of excitement, and he's really excited. He has a great new roommate, and he's really excited for this new freedom that he has been given. Now think forward to the first day of classes. He shows up 20 minutes early because he heard horror stories of students walking in late to class. He's looking all around him and he's seeing that everybody is just as nervous as him, and somehow that calms him down. The day flies by, and at the end, when he walks back to his dorm, he is overwhelmed. He's been given so many different syllabuses. A syllabus he only used once in high school to get his parents to sign, and that was it, is now his life savior through this experience in college. He's overwhelmed not only with his core classes, but also with his music classes. The average music student takes 120 credits through their 4-year experience. And not only do music majors take their core classes, they also have to take their music classes. Unlike some majors, music majors are thrown right into the classes that are geared towards their actual major. They have to take 3 of some of the most common classes that are called music theory, skills, and keyboard. These 3 classes take up the first 2 semesters of their college experience. Theory is a class where they study the music and they go into detail and they learn about the chord progressions and reading treble clef or bass clef that they're not used to. Piano is something that they're terrified of because it's only something they would bang around a couple notes to play a little tune from their favorite Disney movie. But now they're having to learn how to play chords and read the music and put their hands together and turn in these new recordings every other day just about. And then their 3rd class is skills, which is a place that every music major is terrified of because they have to sing and hear things. For instrumentalists, that's their greatest fear because they've been trained on their instrument, not their singing. And for others, it's the greatest fear because they have to hear things and recognize it better. In Kardashian's journal, he stated, professional artists are made, not born. Music majors put lots of time and effort into their major. They practice hours on day. For some, the minimum they practice is 4 hours, and then for some, they practice easily 10 hours in a day. They are working on perfecting their instrument. They have weekly lessons that they are graded harshly on. They're expected to do everything that was written in their notebook the previous week, and also things that were covered in previous lessons as well. Not only are they striving to work on their solo work as well, they are also working with their ensembles. There they collaborate with their peers and they're conducted and they receive criticism daily. Not only are they working with ensembles, they are learning new instruments such as piano class and also their secondary instruments. It is easy to see that music majors are stressed out. In an article by Span about a study on the commonness of psychological, physical symptoms, subject-related health, and attitudes on 247 music students, 266 medical students, 71 psychological students, and 71 athletic students in their first semester of college at a university from 2002 and 2003. Music students tested more physical problems than the sports and medical students, surprisingly. Psychological students didn't differ significantly from music students regarding severity of physical symptoms. Music students rated 8.4% on the depression scale, 33.5% on the anxiety scale. More significant than the other students that were tested, and it placed them borderline of elevated range. Music students have always had the tendency to skip out on meals. So many times I've heard from other students who skipped their lunch because they needed an extra hour to get that piece prepared, just a little bit more for their lesson. Some students, they got very little sleep. Some would stay up all night because they spend their whole day in and out of rehearsals with ensembles and then doing their individual work for their lessons. And then they'd have to turn back around and go to their dorms and spend 5 to 6 more hours on their core classes, assignments. All the time, music majors forget to take care of themselves because they're so concerned about meeting what was expected of them and doing everything right that they just throw sleeping out the door and eating, and they just worry about being perfect for their major. This being said, music majors, they are not above the core classes. They should be required to take them, but they shouldn't be required to take all this extra curriculum. But yes, they should take that math class and also that English class. Those are useful in their daily lives. However, they should not be taking this history and science labs when they're expected to do all of these hours. They're already taking classes that are only given 1 credit per each class, and even 1 class where they get no credit and have to do work for it still. That being said, music majors should not be required to take all of these classes.